one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, minutes from last meeting.
We have two. We have meetings from the 16th and the special meeting on the 26th.
Gotcha. Meeting, minutes for the 16th of March.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Second.
All those in favor to approve the minutes, raise your right hand. Okay, vote's unanimous. Motion carries. And
Keep saying there's no internet connection.
minutes for the special meeting on the 26th of March.
Motion to approve the minutes for March. Second.
All those in favor to approve the minutes for the special meeting, raise your right hand. All right, that is everybody. Vote unanimous, motion carries.
Thank you. I don't know what's going on with that. It was working fine ago. Oh, you sound like a doctor.
I wish it was even less legible.
What happened? It was working fine ago. Oh, well. Sorry.
Okay, the payable register.
Accounts payable over $500 are American Pump and Repair for $1,210. State of New York, $33,397.21. Boney is $10,176.04. Chemical Services for $7,199.10. Christine Keener for $2,500. EJ Prescott for $517. IDEX Laboratories, $1,584.75. Payroll items. Indiana Michigan Power, $3,785.50. Payroll. Kimberly Hepner for $967.50. Motorola Solutions, $3,088.38. NIPSCO, $1,874.24. Summit Video and Security, $3,031. Utility Supply Company for $1,262. Wells Heating and Cooling for $6,987.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor to approve the bills? Raise your right hand, that's everybody.
Kevin, can you send me the invoice for American Pump too?
Yeah.
I wonder what the invoice is for.
Yep.
Thank you.
American Pump was Troubleshoot PLC for RAS pumps.
This other one, just the same presentation, a different way.
What's that?
This full one is the same presentation,
That
different
is
way.
so if a vendor has multiple lines in there that are broken down, you can see. So Indiana Michigan Power, here's the edit fund. Here's what's coming out of sewer. Here's what's coming out of water.
Okay.
On this register, it only shows one line. See, it just says, and it looks like it's just coming all out of electric for this one address, but it's actually multiple lines. This is just the summary of
Breaks
it.
it down, okay.
Yeah, see, this is a summary, and this is like the full-on payable, so that breaks down every single line of where everything comes out of, and the exact amount for each one.
That's the one I would use.
That's the one Ryan uses. But I was naming it Ryan until you guys made me feel bad, so I stopped naming it.
Why Ryan gets his own special thing?
Right, yeah, right. There you go.
Everybody can use it now, I promise. It's fine. I have to print that out for you real quick.
Okay. Do you have anything else, Kevin?
I don't think so.
Ryan, do you have anything for the city? For
The only thing I have, what we were discussing earlier with Terry, the homes behind on Rupp Court and Westmont Court, behind those homes is a swale that's supposed to make it to one of the city drains, and it's currently not making. With just over the years, the swales kind of came not quite such a good swale anymore. Plus, what's been built back in there from homeowners, so it's not quite draining like it's supposed to. It's really prevalent. Obviously, this week it was all the rain we got. You can see it standing in a lot of places back there. I did put some flags out. There were little white flags down scattered through there where the high ground was at. I'll shoot some grade on it, and we'll see what we can come up with to kind of see if we can get that water start draining to the drains. Right now, it's kind of tough to do a whole lot because we just can't get equipment in there, but we can see what we can come up with to try to fix that for next time.
Okay. We're not gonna expend a lot of resources doing that, though. It's just gonna be something simple.
Hopefully something simple. Yeah, just kind of taking out some of the high spots and then to get the drain.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or said he would plant the grass, straw it. I said, if we do this for you, cut those humps out, then
Yeah.
would you be willing? Yeah, I said, I'll do anything. Seemed to be pretty cooperative.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. My concern is, we need to keep an eye on that, all these people building all these big barns
I
in
know
these backyards and
I know
stuff. We have poorly drained soil here, which means it's bad draining, it's not sand.
Yeah.
And it's a terrible place to have a basement, but anything that, if there's a real heavy rain, and it starts ponding, then that ground packs, there's always a pond there then.
Mhm.
So when they build these buildings, it doesn't show up the first year or 2 or 3, it might be 4 or 5 years, but it's not gonna get better if they keep doing that. So,
Yeah, because there's a couple big buildings built back in there. We discussed that too.
They
I think-
couldn't have gotten permits and stuff.
Well, I see. Some of those are fairly older, and they may just been before the county kind of started putting
Yeah.
restrictions on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long that's been there, but I mean, it's been. And a couple of editions got the same things going on. You know,
Yeah.
these older editions, they don't have a association like you guys have.
Yeah.
So there's no one monitoring that stuff and limiting the rules. You know, so those guys probably have no rules. Because speaking with John, they don't have an association in there, so there's free game for the most part. You know, the
there's some on
homeowner.
Maple Street too. The Maple, I think, west of Bull Rapids. And there's a couple of big barns in there.
Yeah.
In fact, one guy has 2 of them on his lot,
Oh.
so.
So there are some big ones that are, you know, some of them are bigger than the homes. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but there's some just more watching. We got it flagged. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it taken care of. So.
Is there a way we can watch when people start building those things or
Yeah, I mean,
getting a
we probably notice them, but we drive them by, we see them and only say, you know, you're assuming everything's good if we're seeing them, but maybe as we start seeing them go up, we just gotta go and check and make sure everything's done properly.
Yeah.
Because most time, you know, I'll be honest, if I see someone working in their backyard, I assume they've got the proper permits. I don't, you know, there's a couple right here,
Yeah.
big barns built behind the houses. Those were just the last 5 years. I've seen them go up. I mean, they had permits for them,
Yeah.
but
It wouldn't hurt if we saw a structure going up somewhere just to inquire, you know?
yeah, make sure everything's done properly and it's in the right spot. And
Yeah.
I'm
They're
assuming,
supposed to have permits, correct?
Yeah.
I'd assume they probably pull permits, but the county, as long as it's not against their rules or what we're having there, they won't stop anything.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't put water or sewer in it, we don't see the permits come through.
Yeah.
I won't see them come through. They're just a garage going up. So if I don't,
But still, the county would regulate it, make sure they
Right.
gonna have proper drainage and everything.
correct,
They gotta
yeah.
permit,
See, now I'm sure they do. Now they probably
Yeah.
watch all that. But
Yeah.
probably when those were built, they probably didn't. So.
Right.
Do you think they watch the drainage and the watershed?
Any big building structure like that, I'd assume they would watch the water for watershed.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty
They're pretty strict.
they're pretty strict on all that.
Well, these new additions are nuts, with all these ponds, and they call it, I think, a water zero or something. You have a net effect of 0
Yeah.
to your neighbors. You can't be dumping water on your neighbors,
hmm
but
These older additions that they just didn't do that.
Right.
And in lies our we got that addition there and the one on Sunview back there is in the same boat. I mean, no one monitors them, and they just kind of fill the swells in and go
Mhm.
about their business.
Mhm.
Do
They haven't
we-
had too much problem with Sunview, have they?
Sunview's got like you go down Sunview, that very first house that's on Clovedale,
Yeah.
hit and the other gentleman's on the corner of Sunview. They're behind their backyard is just full of water because it doesn't drain anymore. That swell drained
Yeah.
to the west. It doesn't. They filled the swell in. This won't drain no more.
That's awful.
And we don't. As a city, we have nothing in there. We have no utilities, nothing in there. So it's just been the homeowners and other utilities that have caused a problem.
Mhm.
So, and we don't have a stormwater. We have through our sewer, but we don't have a actual
Stormwater utility.
stormwater utility that
Right.
would be dedicated to take care of some of that stuff.
Mhm.
So we always it comes
Sort of
out.
Pay it out of whatever.
It comes out of the sewer department
Yeah.
because it's we don't collect any funds for that to be done. So
Be something to look into as we're redoing the, doing rate studies and all this for the water tower. Something to look into.
Yeah.
Get it all knocked out at one time. So.
that is all that I had. I just wanted
That was a mouthful.
to- no.
Thanks, Ryan. Brad, you have anything for this?
I do not, unless somebody has something for me.
Don't we have anything for Brad? All right. We talked to Lakeland.
Yep.
People at Lakeland last Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, and we come up with a finalized version of that. You want to kind of go over what we?
yeah, I think Ryan was out there and Joe, and of course you showed up too. You thought we were getting in trouble. But
That's right.
they're gonna put a slab like maybe potentially up to 7 by 10 feet over there by the waterworks building, where they can put their shack and stuff. And in there, so we kind of looked at that, looked at setbacks and stuff, and then talked about where they could park their vehicles. The attorney was concerned about equipment creep, where you have a entity come in all at once. They put a truck, then there's a backhoe, then there's a bulldozer. We didn't want that, so we kind of got a situation where there's a limit on the equipment. So they're pretty much going to still work with the gratis on the 5 potential buildings. As far as giving us internet or fiber optic in these buildings. So I guess all we have to do is sign the thing. If you guys want us, let us sign it. We'll sign it. And we'll be good to go with Lakeland
They never come out with a rate for us, did they? For
for these buildings.
Yeah, for having the
Oh,
service.
it's gratis in there.
It's part of the.
Yeah.
So it'll be 5 years complimentary service, and then it goes to the closest residential rate,
Right.
whatever their closest package is to the speed that we have at the time is
Yeah.
what it will go to after the 5 years.
Then if we want to run some lift stations or something like that, there's a rate in there. I think it's $15 if we want to put a fiber optic in a lift station or some of those auxiliary spots.
That was the Internet of Things section. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
IoTs.
But they're willing to go ahead. They're getting permits, but they should be hitting it hard, late in April, I think, right?
Yeah.
So,
And they're not going to take up too much property over there.
No.
Didn't
Yeah.
seem to be too much. We decided not to put in a authorized temporary easement for them for their trucks and stuff. Not to put anything in there, just because that way we don't have to retire it later on. Just
Yeah.
So so.
Yeah, where they're going, there's already a drive right there realistically.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna cause much damage, so.
That's good.
So that's that's everything, right?
Yep.
Contract. So,
So we just need to tell you guys to sign it? Is that what you're saying?
by council vote and authorization to sign, yeah.
So are they gonna come in with another, or are you just gonna meet?
You shared that, didn't you? In the
Coming
email?
in,
Are they gonna come in again, or are you guys just gonna meet with them and sign?
no, we're just gonna sign the document,
You have the
we have the
document?
document,
Okay.
and we can just send it back to them.
Do you have that with you?
Yeah, I don't have the signature pages here, but if you wanna look at it,
No, it's okay. I thought we were gonna sign
even
it.
Kevin can read it, right?
Do it.
But it's here, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you'll bring that the next meeting for
Well,
us to sign?
no, just Joe and I can sign.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
thought he
all right
said,
with
I
you.
thought he said the council, so,
Council, by council vote,
okay,
to authorize the signature
Unless you all
by
wanna
the
sign
council
it,
president and mayor.
okay.
unless you all wanna sign it.
No, that's all right. I just thought, when he said council, I thought he meant all of us.
You guys need to vote to approve it, that they sign for it.
Okay. Do we need to do that tonight?
Yes.
Okay. So we just need to state that I move to approve.
You got it, you got it. I was waiting for that wording.
Okay, I move to approve the, what is the agreement, or what's the name of it?
Lakeland agreement.
Service contract, yeah.
Yeah, Lakeland Service Contract, okay. I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor to approve the Lakeland service contract, raise your right hand. All right, that's everybody.
It's nice that we give us still the five places too.
Yeah. 4 right now and potentially 1 more, right?
Is that everything you had?
The other thing I would say too, I talked to Jeff Abbott, we might wanna think about this. The township has very little money, I think he said they got 140K to their name. You know, they got the fire department building, they got the park, different things. Jeff Abbott is willing to, if we can, go through the hoops to merge the township with the city. So I think that we should potentially consider that. I think down by Muncie, they've done that, is it Yorktown and
Yeah.
what's the other place?
Daleville? Yorktown? No, they have their own separate entities.
Somewhere there was a township that merged with a city.
And that was one of a kind at
One
the
of a
time,
kind.
yeah.
So we
Gosh,
can probably get the second one.
Town of Yorktown and Mount Pleasant Township.
There you go,
Okay, well, that's, okay. But that's not Muncie. That's Mount
Okay.
Town, yeah.
kinda close.
Yeah. Yeah, they're right next door to each other.
Vicinity.
Okay.
The city merged with the township.
Yeah,
City of Muncie did?
No,
No.
City of Yorktown.
Town of Yorktown.
Okay,
Mount
alright.
Pleasant.
I was gonna say, I
How would
didn't,
that affect us? I mean,
So we've talked about this, I mean,
yeah, how will that?
way back when Tim was here, we sort of talked about it a little bit, and Kevin's brought it up too. It would be kind of like Woodburn annexing all of Maumee Township, but we wouldn't be annexing it, we'd just be merging with their government, and we would become one government entity with the borders of Maumee Township instead of just Woodburn. And with all the growth around here, that would help out with these little additions being added on around here,
Mhm.
having to annex the property all the time. It would already be within the city limits of the consolidated Woodburn, Maumee, whatever it's, I say we still call it City of Woodburn.
you kinda went into an issue with that new gas station going in.
Yeah,
The county gave the permit, we wanted to do something, and then we didn't have contiguous property next to us,
yes,
so
yeah.
we had to, it just adds a layer of bureaucracy we could get rid of, so.
But are we gonna have more bills? I mean, how's that work? Are we,
We would have more revenue, a little.
It would essentially be the city of Woodburn, which would be the borders of Maumee Township instead of the city.
You collect all that tax revenue from,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't have any bills on time. We already paid for this building now anyway, all the utilities and all that, no?
They own it
The
though.
township owns this
Yeah, I
building.
knew they
It
did.
would essentially become property of the new governmental entity.
So we'd be responsible for everything, taxes, and or do we have taxes on this?
Like property tax is like $25.
Really?
So we do have tax.
Wow, okay.
So we would pick up the revenue from the property
Right.
taxes. And then the people that are on the perimeters of the city that pay higher sewer rates, the carrot would be they would have a lower sewer rate and water rate without coming into the city limits.
They wouldn't have outside, only people that still would are people like at Platter Parkway and
Yeah.
Havenwood, because they're in Milan Township.
Right.
But
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that would work because I'm sure they would do a new water study, with accounting for everybody being inside city limits, and then they would come up with a new rate for every single person. So who knows if it would go down or I don't know.
well, we wouldn't be adding new customers.
No,
No, but the revenue that comes in from that now
Yeah.
would be shared and the two different rates, everything would just have to be figured for everybody within city limits.
Yep.
There would be no in or out. It would just
Right.
disperse it amongst everybody. So who knows what it would do? Does it bring it down for everybody? Does it stay about the same? That's like super hard to say.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
without figuring all that math out. I don't know how it would be.
I'll buy you a scientific calculator.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would be to our benefit, right?
I
we
think
might as
so.
yeah. Why haven't we done this a long time ago? Because I know he's been,
your elections would be a lot different.
Yeah,
Well, when I talked to Kevin about this before, the attorney, is that it's not something that could just be done. It's not something that we just agree with the township and then we all join in. I think it has to be voted on in an election.
oh,
So,
we can't do this until election then?
my guess would be public hearings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think your council gets bigger.
I had a
You
couple.
got a representative from outside the city on the
And
board.
you would take on poor relief that the township does. You'd also take on mowing the
Cemeteries.
cemeteries. And
Yeah.
all the things that the township maintains would now.
I asked him that, he said
What about the
that,
employees? Aren't there employees with township?
he's
Yeah,
got a
there's two
sexton.
summer help, but yeah.
I think there's one sexton,
Volunteer that
Cemetery.
mows, I think.
and then he said there's like 6 or 7 families.
Who mows the more,
The
cemeteries?
sexton, he
What's,
gave, the guy that, that's hired to mow, there's a guy that's contracted to mow the cemetery.
okay.
But then he talked about the welfare thing, there's like 6 or 7 families is all he has, and they're over mainly in the trailer car.
the township assistants is what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Oh.
which is what they do. Now, if you're in Adams Township or Wayne, you're probably gonna have a lot more of that. But out here, we don't,
Mm-hmm.
so hopefully it'll stay that way.
And how do they help them?
Oh, I don't know, what do they do with cemetery
Sometimes they
utilities?
pay their bills.
Pay them.
Financial assistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's probably a lot that would.
There's a lot, they do a lot of things that we're not aware of. I mean, they do
I'm
more than what
sure.
all that's gotta be taken into consideration.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got people that do come in here and ask for assistance and
Yeah.
do different things, so yeah.
So we're gonna talk to our attorney to find out.
Yeah, so this would be just, hey, he wanted to bring it up to say, hey, would you be interested in looking into this?
Mm-hmm.
And then we would talk about all those things like, you mentioned this, the utilities and the assistance and all that.
Right.
And that would have to be all discussions for a while and
Okay. This isn't gonna happen.
knock all those
overnight.
out. Right.
But Jeff would be willing to come in and talk about it. And he's concerned about the overhead, with the amount of money they have. And he just says we just really need to do it. Believe it or not, that's kind of his thoughts. Kevin might indicate that too. You've talked to him. So.
It does seem like it'd be a decent thing. It just seems like it would be, there's just a lot of hoops. I think when Kevin had looked into it with Yorktown, it was a very unique situation over there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was from what I remember him saying, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it seemed a little bit more of an easier process. But there's like, I think we looked it up last week, and there was like 2,600 people that live in Maumee Township, and there's about 1,600 or 1,700 people that live here in town. So you're looking at, 900 to 1,000 people outside city limits. So
So a total of 2,600 in the whole township.
in the whole township, yeah.
Okay,
And that was from 2020, so obviously that went up too.
a little bit.
Yeah, these new homes and,
So
We have to get a bigger table here.
park board that may
Yeah,
need to
how
be
would
established,
you-
and
Yeah,
we own the park,
Yeah,
that's
town
how.
park board, yeah, there'd be all kinds of stuff you have to establish, but.
Yeah.
so we'd own the whole building, which means we have to maintain the whole building, park, maintain the park, and
I mean, there's some of those things that would be nice to have control over.
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then would city
It's
have to
revenue,
hire more
yeah.
people to take care of that, or?
Well, we're gonna hire you.
I don't No, I'm just,
Well, you
that's a
The
lot.
minimum is whatever's going today, right?
you wanna hire someone for like a just position, that's their job during the day is to basically do what he's doing for the most part.
Yeah.
To help out with that, and also then do assistance with the city.
Maybe the council person that handles more of the rural Maumee Township would be the primary person that would handle the assistance,
There's ways, there's all kinds of ways.
Obviously, we're all just, spitballing ideas here, but I think it's a good possibility we'd have a couple more departments in the combined government,
It's a rarity that you guys you don't own your own parks.
It is rare. We don't own our own building.
You don't own your own building.
We don't own We do own our police department though.
So it goes the Ohio line and it goes to Sampson Road, 1 mile west of town.
Yeah,
Then what does it go down to? Dawkins, is it, Dean?
I don't know. Not sure how far south it
Township.
is.
Gar Creek,
Wow.
I think.
Gar Creek?
Gar Creek.
Okay,
I
then
think-
north
Gar Creek, then to Notestein.
to Notenstein, okay.
All the way to
wow,
Notestein?
that's a long
Wow.
way.
That's large.
Yeah.
That's a big area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say. Huh,
We don't go around the schools in Milan Township,
Yeah.
Woodland.
really?
Yeah.
Well,
So-
Sampson Road's just the first road west of town.
That's why I say Havenwood would
Yeah.
still be in Milan Township. It would still be outside and
Yeah.
Blair Parkway and all that.
Yeah.
Gar Creek
Wow.
up to Notestein.
Then again, you have all the residents, like we talked about to the north that, might potentially not wanna do this, so that's
Oh, there could be a
something that
fight.
would be, that's why there'd be a lot of discussions, yeah.
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 Hmm.
I think we're in a pretty decent position though too, is that a lot of the like building codes and stuff that we have already go through the county, so it's not like anybody has to, you're not changing too much there.
Right,
You're not changing your whole way of life, saying you can't go out there and shoot a gun, out on the farm or whatever when.
and our zoning is pretty much identical to
You
counties
guys
too.
clear out to the golf club?
Yeah, that's Notestein Road right here at the top, and Gar Creek, and then State Line and
Wow,
Sampson.
that is a large area, isn't it? Huh,
That's where the one cemetery is.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm,
So the lines that are here, this would essentially be the new
City of
city
Woodburn.
boundaries, yeah.
19-year-old girls going that motorcycle.
Could we do a kind of piecemeal transition to where, I don't know, we buy things like the park, get some of the things that cost them money to maintain that we can just purchase or transfer to start easing their burden on the cost side at least, and then work towards the merger kind of long term.
Hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, that's,
we have that in a budget, do stuff like that?
I've always said that if we fix the drainage underneath here, they would give us the building for the cost of fixing the drainage down here, It needs to be corrected.
I'm also interested in it from the annexation piece, because I was going to bring that up as a future agenda item to talk about, because it came up in those TIF conversations.
Yeah.
That we're missing out on whatever the newest build for cold storage because it was outside of the TIF,
Right.
place we hadn't annexed.
Right.
And then there's that property to the east of town that is not in city limits, but a developer has bought it. So it's likely we'd want to annex that and potentially put it in a TIF.
Residential TIF, yeah.
It'd be a lot easier when you, than dealing with city annexation if we could just do this.
Yeah.
Instead of going through all these
See, I don't know anything
hearings.
about the annexation process.
Oh, it's,
You
Oh,
don't want to.
well.
yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to. That's
It's
another.
not, it's, yeah,
Wait.
if you're just doing a few properties that are all signed on to voluntarily annex, it's quick.
Mhm.
You know, if there's a
You have
remonstrance,
resistance.
then it's long.
But there's usually resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've made the rules pretty tough for annexation these days.
Hmm.
Well, could we have Jeff come in
Huh?
and talk about the most expensive
Yeah, I know,
parts
I know.
and see if there's a quicker resolution than just merging? See how we could help out.
With steps to merging, then you're thinking, or?
Yeah.
He'd be willing to come in, so. You know, he's $140,000 to their name right now, but if the roof goes bad in the fire department, you gotta,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, 200,000. He's already got, what, a sewer issue that if they need to fix, it's like $160,000 in the parking lot, so.
Ah.
You know, there's just a lot of overhead there for what little capital they have. And funny thing too, you know, they own this building, we lease it from them, right, for $1 a year or something,
Yeah.
$1 for 75 years.
okay? And then if we get this new fire district, they're gonna be on a thing too with that building
Yeah.
next to the community center, so. So you have 3 main entities here just on this one structure.
Yeah.
So it'd be kinda good to get rid of one of them.
Yeah, I can see this whole
Yes.
building being renovated and being the government building basically. If the fire department leaves.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, it sounds like there's a lot of interest in it, so
Yes.
it's
Start talking then. That's all I have.
so we'll have an ordinance next meeting. No, just kidding. That people, that's not what I said.
No.
All right. Dean, do you have anything?
No.
The only thing I have is before I get to you, Vicky, sorry.
That's all right.
Is the LOIs are due on December 9th. Those are the letters of intent from potential consultants that are going to bid on being the consultant for the trail.
Okay.
When are they due?
Those are due December, or did I say December 9th?
Yeah.
April 9th.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah, April 9th, this Thursday, April 9th, 2026.
Wow.
So yeah, those are due then, and then shortly after that, we'll be grading them and picking a consultant, so.
You wanted me to do that?
You signed up?
You're one of them.
You volunteered.
I still don't know what I'm doing though.
We'll get you through it.
Yes. Are you gonna be there too?
On the 8th?
I don't know. When are we gonna meet? If it has to be done by the 9th, that's this week.
That's when they're due.
They're due.
This would do. We'll
They're-
grade them sometime after that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. It'll be on a Saturday afternoon, you know. So,
Okay.
I'm doing it in about an hour.
yeah. See you Thursday. No.
Can I have a little more notice?
And they're due by 2:00, and we're open till 2. So.
Okay.
All right, Vicky.
The only thing and it's minor really, but I'm just curious as to what approach you guys might suggest. We're still having an issue with that Frontier. They moved the box, they moved it out near the sidewalk, but it's still flat, it's right in the middle, it's in our yard. We don't know what to do at this point. Do we,
The only thing is, did they move it out of your yard and into the right of way? They had to move it about a foot.
they moved it closer to the sidewalk, but it's still in our yard. I mean, like, in other words,
There's a difference between your yard, but there's a legal right of way also there from that sidewalk. They're allowed to put that in there, even though it's in your yard, but there's a right of way off of that road. I Francis should know that's at, 'cause I marked those pins for him. I know he wanted it moved to the west,
Yes,
and they should have moved it to the west.
yes.
I don't know why they didn't, other than
That's
the
our,
people came out and moved it, but they'd move it about a foot to the north. It'd have been off technically it'd been off of your property,
Right.
it'd have been in the right of way. That's probably what they did. They may not, I seen them down there moving stuff one day, but
would you mind driving by when you have a chance? Just
Part of-
look-
Part of your property could still be city right of way, and your property also.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Why wouldn't Francis know that, I wonder? I mean, maybe,
I found the property pins for him, so he had them marked.
oh,
There's a
really?
box in my backyard too, Vicky. It's outside my fence, so I never see it. But
Oh.
it's in my yard.
It's
but
just,
it's in
you
the
know, it's,
easement.
it's
Yeah.
right smack, I mean,
It's a big
our
one.
property, yeah, ours
I
is
mean,
big.
all these other ones are like this big down there, but the one in your yard is like seriously like this big.
Yes, I mean, you can't, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's very confusing that.
I don't know why they didn't move it. I mean, I know why they probably didn't move it west. It's probably because they had to put more piping and remove piping and fittings and stuff. It was easier for them just to dig it up and push it over farther than bury it back in the ground. It was probably just easier for them. That's why they did that. But because they'd have moved it 5 feet to the west, they'd have been technically still in your yard, but they'd have been the dual easement. They'd have been in that alleyway technically.
So, if Francis wants to do something, he needs to contact Frontier again, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or if, I don't know if Ryan met with you or Francis, just so he could show you where the lines are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I met with Franks down there
Okay.
earlier. But
Yeah.
And I could come back. I mean, I know where they're at. I can come back and find them pretty quick. So
yeah, I didn't even know we had that.
yeah.
Now it's a good graces thing. They don't have to move it anymore if
No.
it's in the new home.
Correct. But if it's still partially on it, they got to move it off of your property.
Yeah.
But as long as it's in the, they
It's
can move it to
lining
the
right
right
up
of
with
way.
our house.
I know. I mean, where they stuck it at, I don't know why they. Look, if they didn't move it 5 feet to the west, they would have been in the alley kind of more. I don't know
Exactly.
why they didn't.
And
Other than they didn't know that was an easement there.
How much easement goes in their yard?
It-
Typically,
it-
it's their yard, but the easement still goes in.
Yeah, it's 12 feet behind the curb.
Hmm.
It was they thought it was 14 feet behind the curb, but we redid the road down there and
Right.
moved the curb back.
Right.
It actually was only 12. That's why they were in your yard. They mismeasured. Well, they measured from what they had, but they were wrong. So that's why they had to move it. I went down and found the pins, and they were up in your yard. So, but from here, yeah, he just Frontier's like But technically, if they moved it to where it's supposed to, they don't have
What's
to move
that
it.
box supposed to do? I
It's a
mean,
junction box.
so if anybody wants that service, they have to go into our yard to,
They'll open that box up and run it from there. Yeah.
that seems like a long ways away.
Well, I think you're 1,
House.
2, 3 across the street, right? I think it's for 3 across the street and you guys. So there's for 4 connections in that box.
Really?
Yeah.
It,
No.
it depends. It depends on what's in there. It could be a splice point in there. If it's a bigger box, it's probably not something for
It's a big
service.
box, like you said.
Usually for
it's big.
service, they just have those little ones that are out here.
Yeah.
Where they just run it in and have 4.
They go down the next. They go down to Mike's. They got a little box. And you go down the next one. There's another little box to pick up those 2 homes. There, those 2 homes there. Yours, I thought when they were there, it was a bigger box because they had to put a lot more stuff into that one.
And they can run it too. I mean, they can run things through that box too to also go to the smaller ones to connect.
Yeah, that's those smaller ones
How
connect
do
to
they
that.
get to it from across the street?
They'll bore them through.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing
A
anybody
lot
do
of
that.
times, but most of those I think are on the pole in the back already though.
Yeah.
See, Frontier ran theirs in the back.
Right, because we used to have Frontier, but that was a long time ago.
And I think. Yeah,
But they
Frontier's
say
the ones that-
Verizon owns that. Did you know that?
Yeah, Frontier and Verizon the same thing anymore. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I thought Frontier branched off as Verizon sold off their internet service
They
and
did.
it became Frontier.
I think Verizon used to own it and then they sold it off
Well,
and then
said
they bought it
still
back.
own it.
Oh.
Yeah.
They bought
Yeah,
it
they bought it back.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like recently, within a couple months.
Yeah, because they told
Yeah.
us that. Yeah, because now there's the TVs involved. I mean, you can get your service through
Mm-hmm.
them.
If you come down and remark those pins, I can do that.
If you don't mind, I would just it's just frustrating. I mean, it looks so bad. And you know how particular Francis is about his
That's why I said,
yard.
of all places to stick it.
And you guys have a pretty nice looking house too, so I can imagine like.
Of all places to stick that big box.
But yeah, we just, we like things to look nice, so, it is weird.
At least it's green.
Yeah, that helps. Can we paint it a darker green like the grass? We'll see. Anyway, that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Vicky.
Uh-huh.
Skylar?
These can all go on future agenda. We don't have to talk about them now, just for Kevin's note. I was curious if any communities opted out of the fire territory step from that vote we did at the special meeting.
That's a good question.
Wanted to stay up on what are the next steps? Do we have information that we should be reviewing now for the next steps in the merger to the district? Then we talked about a lot of these. Somebody mentioned they thought it would be nice if we had a community garden, and I thought in front of Chops might be a good place to do that if we were going to, that little park, but that's a township thing. Is that what you were pointing to?
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's just an idea that somebody threw out, so I said I'll bring it up here.
Who owns that park? I mean, I thought somebody owned that
What?
down here at the corner.
The clock tower?
Yeah,
The yard next to it?
right next to the bowling alley.
Chop shop owns it. Randy owns it.
Oh, does he?
Okay. So I could talk to Randy directly about that.
Is it big enough for community garden?
Yeah,
So I've spoke to Randy about that property also.
Mm.
I'm actually getting a appraisal on that property because he's purchasing the property next to Bob's. And I thought,
Right.
since he's purchasing that, we could purchase that property and that'll be ours. Because it's right next to the clock tower anyway, it would make most sense.
Okay.
So.
Just like a trade?
Yeah, but you can't do a trade.
You can't
have- we
trade.
have
You
to
can't
sell
trade.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
We can't trade.
$0 or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
has to be a transaction.
or $8, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, I will not talk to Randy about
Oh,
that.
no.
okay.
If you did get that and you started a community garden, you say, you gotta have people take care of it.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah, you
there.
don't want that.
Let us
Especially
know.
there, right?
I hate to see
Right.
that across the street from
Beats
that
that
nice
tall.
celebration.
You know, someone going in there and forget about it.
I don't know.
Next thing you
I don't know
know,
if it's
weed
big
all over.
enough.
Thistle.
And then the last future agenda item would be the TIF usage. So that is what we talked about in our little side meeting.
Yep.
So I want to talk more about the TIF usage for those water updates versus the trail.
Okay. For the future meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha,
Future meeting.
gotcha.
That's all.
All right, thank you, Skylar. Herb, did you have anything you wanted to present?
I just wanted to say that the next New Allen Alliance meeting is gonna be in Leo, Cedarville, actually in the Leo Cedarville Park, May 12th, Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock. We voted to go to quarterly meetings. The first one was here that you spoke at, February 10th. And so we're gonna be moving different communities every quarter, and so the next one will be there.
I got an invite for that, that's like in
May 12th.
May, okay.
Leo Cedarville Park.
Mhm.
What time is that at? 8?
8, yeah.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Sorry.